Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Never gonna to give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around. And first, you never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a liar.
Okay, all right. Wow, there's a lot of mutes. I had like 3 mutes going on right there. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'm alone. I'm all by myself. I'll by myself. Don't want to live. I'll by myself anymore.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow. Anyway, hi everybody. It is the Late Night Culture Show. There are 54 of you in the chat. We've got more folks coming. It's not just going to be me, but apparently Tom's just very thoughtless when it comes to streaming over the top of me, not ending his show on time, and taking all my panelists. Although I do have invitations out there in the world. I was supposed to have a new guest tonight. Maybe they'll show up later. This guy, he's an interesting dude. But you know what? Here's the best part. We don't get to spend a lot of time together alone, right? I mean, just us. So I'm going to say hi to the people in the chat who decided to be here with me. Yeah. Hey, Graham, check your email. All right. What else is going on? All right. Who's here? Well, Six sent me an amazing peach in the previous stream. and it carried over to this one, so I get to say thank you twice. And of course, Six extended her what do you call it? High roller membership. That's right, fantastic. We've got David Glenn in the chat saying savoir faire. That's right, savoir faire everywhere. We've got SFX314 Saber Truth Raptor. Pretty sure I sent a link, my friend. And well, there's Fat Steven. Hi, Fat Steven. How are you?
How are you? Oh, it's Jinx.
You're the first guest here this evening.
This evening? Oh, that's cool.
This evening. Oh, Graham's right. I'm an idiot. Let's try that again. I'm not doing well, guys. I'm out of sorts. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Tired?
No, so here's the thing.
Sorry.
As you open up a beverage. Here's the thing. I am getting ready to go to a wedding next weekend.
Oh, congratulations.
One of my brothers is getting remarried, and it's a big deal, and I'm very excited about it, and there's a bunch of things still up in the air, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Why is that? She hasn't said yes yet?
No, of course. In my family, we don't wait for an answer. But anyway, no, it's that was a joke, everybody. Calm down. Those are jokes. These are jokks.
Yeah, we chain them in the bed and wait till they say yes.
Also not true. No. We don't joke about doing bad things to ladies. That's
on camera.
Yeah, no, at all. But anyway, there is it's just I'm used to having things settled already, and right now it's just nothing settled. Nothing settled. It looks like you're creating a new avatar.
Profile stuff. I change them up once in a while. Yeah, I usually keep a template, then just add a picture over top.
Very good. You did see the Expendable movie. You'll have to let me know how it is tomorrow morning. We've got the 6-minute daily. I'd love to know. Hey, look, that's the new That Park place. That looks amazing, dude.
Thanks.
Looks great. It's fancy. Floral's here listening on the phone. We got Orion Kane in the house. We've got Cajun Corey. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. I said hi to David Glenn already. We got, the boss. Hello, the boss. Hi, the boss. How are you doing? We've got Renee's Ramblings. What's up, Renee? And there's Shrek PMC. You guys are getting like special attention right now. We got Jaffo in the house. We have a guest in the back. I'm going to bring him in a second. I'm going to do a special fanfare for this new guest. 16-bit mascot is correct. That was Anger Heard. I thought everybody would appreciate Anger Heard at the beginning of the show. Oh, yeah, she's very mad.
When is she not very mad?
I don't know. Josh Post is here. All I know is, the street in front of my house is clean, so she hasn't been around recently. DS Ford is here. We got Irate Specialist here. We got Maya. This is my dude right here, Mr. Gregory's probably editing the video. I sent it. Oh, hey, have you ever done this? You record a video and you send it to your editor and you did not have your audio on?
No, because I don't have an editor, but I do have a guy. Actually, it was Irate who's now doing clips and shorts. I'm going to have to give him access to the new channel.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to talk to him.
I've seen you muted, so it's pretty much the same thing when you talk for a 6-minute daily and no one can hear you.
I've done that before.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. All right, we're going to give the floor over to a very special guest, somebody who's joining us for the first time, an up-and-coming YouTube channel who had a major splash, like 3 videos in a row, doing very well. It's Grahamcast. How's it going, my friend?
Greetings, gentlemen. How we doing?
Wow. You're all hot on the mic and you sound sexy as shit.
I know, doesn't he?
Well,
yeah.
The sound is one thing. The looks are totally different. So
where do I send my panties, though?
Oh, my goodness.
I'll have to get you my P.O. box.
That's great.
Boy.
That's great.
But Culture is very interesting that you said your brother is getting married. I just came back this morning from Reno because my brother got married and he had a fantasy-themed wedding. So I decided to dress like Gandalf, and I certainly looked like poor man's Culture Casino.
Oh no, I'm very sorry about that. No, but no, I look, I'm not being randomly complimentary. You had a video that just absolutely went astronomically viral. Well done, and you're doing quite well on your channel. So I was more than happy to bring you on. And
when you say Gandalf the White, do you mean Ahsoka the White or actually Gandalf the White?
Closer to Ahsoka the Grey, but no, it was
Yeah,
Gandalf.
don't shake your head at me. It was an honest, fair question.
Nah.
If you've seen some of his videos, I don't know. What do you think of Ahsoka?
Okay, so I've actually had a pretty good amount of heat over my Ahsoka opinions. One thing that I will say is Star Wars fans are incredibly rabid. So when you agree, they fully agree. When you disagree with what they're saying and what they're thinking, they will let you know. And they say some pretty hilarious, heinous shit, quite frankly. But so far, Ahsoka to me has been pretty episode by episode. It's very cut and dry. So we have the first 3 episodes, boring, slow, relatively nonsensical. Episode 4, minimal dialogue, made for the best episode so far. Episode 5, we have some bits of really good, some bits of pretty bad. But the one thing that was very interesting is that we had Hayden Christensen, and I forget the name of the actress who played young Ahsoka, are very much guest stars on the show. They were the ones that stole the show and made it more memorable. So we'll see if they'll be able to keep it up. I don't know how much they're going to be featured in the upcoming episodes, but
I don't think Hayden will be featured in the next episode at all. I think they were just in that weird ocean resort and now they're done.
Yeah.
And no offense, the dialogue sucks. They're trying to do this emotional delivery that nails nowhere, and they're trying so hard. And the other thing that bothers me is how much they're ripping off from other shows. Like I've said this before, but if you guys know the Game of Thrones intro music pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Play that and then play the outro ending credit music from Ahsoka, and it literally looks and sounds almost similar. Same everything.
Oh wow.
Curious. I would have never put those together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
well, what else do you do when your normal stuff isn't succeeding? You try to copy other shows, and that we've seen that in Marvel for how many times? It's the same with the Luke Skywalker moment. They have been trying to repeat that over and over and over again in every Star Wars series and been failing miserably.
Yeah.
Sorry, but let me take over, Graham. Nice to meet you.
And thanks for being here, Graham.
My pleasure.
And no, I love it. I mean, I've been talking to friends, obviously, here on the tube and places, and they some of them like a little bit of the Star Wars stuff, and then I have the people that I'm normally around that are really not digging it. My biggest disappointment is based on episode 3, because I didn't watch the first 2 episodes until after I saw a clip from episode 3. I thought it was a comedy.
It is a comedy because it's Disney trying to be Star Wars. That's why
hilariously bad.
Yeah,
I thought it was a comedy, and then I got to the 4th episode. I was like, this is really slow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And while there were some minor improvements in this most recent episode that I think you highlighted rather well just a moment ago, you articulated it well.
Thank you much.
I still think it's slow. It's very boring.
The thing with
nonsensical. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
The thing with Ahsoka, this has come from my opinion in general, is that this show came at a time where it's too late. If this came, let's say, before Boba Fett and Kenobi, guess what? And it was somewhat successful to what people are saying is better than those two, they would have not have had Kenobi and Boba Fett the way it was now. The problem is that they have no actual plan of direction when it comes to these series. They're just grabbing at straws, throwing characters together, taking other stories, and trying to mix it in a blender, and they're calling it a daiquiri. But all it is just shit in a can.
If there's anything that we can count on from upcoming Star Wars, one thing will be consistent: the Force is female. That's the one thing that we can count on in everything that we're going to see moving forward.
The Force is folding arms. That's what it is.
Can I venture an opinion?
Sure, it's your show.
Disney. No. This is important. I want you guys to comment on it. Disney Star Wars is very anti-feminist.
Huh?
No, it's very anti-feminist. Think about it. Every single leader in the current show is female, and they all are incredibly incompetent, and nobody listens to them.
So what we're thinking is maybe they're trying to make it so bad and highlight the fact that these ladies in the Star Wars universe just can't lead worth a shit, that it's so bad and it's so obviously so bad that eventually they'll just be like, look, we gave them their shot and they totally blew it.
I just think everyone has their heads up at their asses at Disney.
I think that's too kind a place to have their head.
Not really. I think they all walk around the studio like ostriches, except instead of sand, they're all walking with their head between their legs. I'm going to be polite as possible in PG-13, but look.
Think about how incompetent the Admiral chick was towards the end of the episode with the whale farting light speed or whatever. Think about the fact that chick on the bridge said, take evasive maneuvers, and nothing happened. They just flew right into the pod of whales. I'm like, party on. That's exactly what you expect from.
All right, I'll go back to Kenobi then, Culture. What about the whole fact that Obi-Wan couldn't walk around a laser fence?
Well, I mean, look, budgetary limitations. Budgetary limitations.
Limitations to walk over like a 4-foot sand dude?
They would have had to pivot the camera to make it look like...
Is Ewan that fragile that he can't climb up a couple steps?
I don't know.
And a little girl that outrun 2 bounty hunters that are 3 times her size?
That was so bad.
Oh, God. That's how I knew the show.
5-year-old girl is probably the fastest person that we've seen in the forest lately. She should be trying out for the American Ninja Warrior in the near future, because if there's a little look, here's the deal. If there's a little 5-year-old girl who can outrun all of my henchmen, I'm doing a really bad job at hiring the right henchmen. They got to get this figured out immediately.
Well, it's also that they got the henchmen out of the Three Stooges Disney classifieds because they're getting knocked out by a tree branch.
Yeah.
Well,
put Benny Hill behind it when you're set.
Yeah, I agree. But Snow Golem's over there on Odyssey. What's up? And of course, Fort Critical's here. Oh dear, I'm late. Time for anime gifs. Thank you, Fort Critical.
See, this is a good relation though to this. Sorry about that, Culture. I'll stop talking after a while.
No, keep going. Go.
And this is kind of a weird take. Cowboy Bebop flopped, correct? Same studio, but then the same studio did One Piece, right?
Same producer, even.
Yeah, so they learned. Sonic the Hedgehog lost a whole studio, but they became successful. The one thing Disney is not doing is they're standing their ground and just digging a deeper hole. Eventually, they'll just reach China. They'll have a whole tunnel to their new theme park. Sell out.
It gets a little warm towards the center of the earth.
Well, just like they're stuck.
And very compressy. All right, real quickie. This is a good one. This is a great question. Redosaurus. Did I say that right? I think I did.
Redosaurus.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Gramcast, since you're looking forward to Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, what are your thoughts on Godzilla -1 and Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire? That's a good question because I can give you my thoughts. What are yours, Graham?
So Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire, fabulous. I think it's going to be awesome because when we watch that actual trailer and they zoom everything out and you see the skulls of Kong and Godzilla, what's going on here, right? How did we get to that point? There's a lot that's kind of shrouded in mystery about how we're going to get to this point here. So I'm very excited for that. I think it's going to be great. I do think that Monarch Legacy of Monsters is going to be the very first time we've seen Apple TV do something super huge budget, and they're going to knock it out of the park. I'm really excited for this.
Oh, that is really fucking loud.
Hey, Tom, could you turn that down about 2,000 decibels?
No, it's got to be loud.
No, not that loud.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, clearly your raid worked.
That's a little better.
Still loud.
Still blowing his nose.
Still sounds like Lizzo backing up.
Turn it down a little bit more.
Okay, so I will say this, and then I want Tom to say it because I know he's about big rubber monsters.
Is that what you call
big rubber monsters? Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to all of the monsters. I
thought you were going to say.
Oh my God, the cock! Oh my God, the cock! Oh my God.
Why is it echoing?
It's awesome.
I want Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I want Godzilla -1. I want Godzilla and Kong. I want you to give me all of it. Like, I might actually subscribe to Apple TV for real. Like, these are the kinds of things I love. Because as long as you remove the people, like mostly, I'm excited. Unless you're stomping on the people or launching the people in the air or swatting the people around or eating the people.
Who's doing Godzilla -1? Because that actually is interesting too. Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Toho. Yeah. Now, Tom, you like monsters?
Yeah.
Say words.
I do. I want to see it, I guess. I don't know.
You want to see Monarch Legacy of Monsters?
Sure. It's got Kurt Russell in it.
And his son.
And his son.
And his son is playing young Kurt Russell. And I didn't really ever put together the fact that they look so similar. His son looks, it's great. If they continue to do that in the future, awesome.
I want them to do that in the future. But Tom, we've talked about this with Mr. H, but if you're going to pick one of these things to watch, what is it? What's the one that you would think would be head and tails and tails beyond?
Well, I mean, they're all part of the same thing, right? You got -1's not, but I mean, I said this, I think, on Mr. H's stream. We're at a time now where, as a Godzilla Kaiju fan, it is a good time to be one because you have a smorgasbord out there, probably more than we have at any time in history outside of maybe when they were releasing films like almost on the yearly in Japan, right. Plus when you had the animated version going on at the same time. That's probably the only other time in history. Or like maybe in the 98 era, 99 era when they had that whole debacle. But yeah, we have positive stuff here. You got the sequel to, Godzilla versus Kong, which was a huge hit, even though it was simultaneously released on both streaming and in theaters. It could have arguably made $1 billion easily. And it's still selling toys. And that's one of the reasons why I know they're going heavy in with this stuff again, and why, because there was a time there where we weren't sure if Godzilla versus Kong wasn't going to be the end of Kong being in the verse, because Legendary was supposedly going to uproot and leave Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers has Kong rights, so they were going to split them up. But luckily, better heads prevailed, and they kept things together. But I guess it's kind of retaliation for this. I don't know if Warner Brothers is involved with the Legendary show. I think they did that on their own, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they pulled out. I mean, you and I have talked about the fact that they pulled out Warner Brothers. Okay, all right. I forget. I've got the Beavis and Butthead kids. Yeah, Winter Soldier saying, "Coach, what do you think of the new Dracula movie recently released? I think that it was not well received.
Was that the one on the boat?
Yes.
Or is that Nicolas Cage?
Last Voyage of the Demeter. The one prior to that was the Nicolas Cage film, which Mr. H really enjoys. He actually said that was his best film of the year. I was like looking at him like he was crazy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's a little crazy.
I'm right, Tom, right? I mean, Nate actually said that, didn't he?
The new one. What about it?
The Cage Dracula film.
Oh,
Renfield.
He liked Renfield.
Yeah,
that's a lot of us did. I loved it.
Okay, I did not hate the movie, but it's not the best movie of the year.
No.
What do you think is the best movie of the year, though?
Oh no.
Star Trek 4.
Culture usually inserts whatever the last movie is he watched, and that's his favorite movie of the year. I figured that out.
I think it's hard that Jennifer Lopez, whatever her name was,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Now,
Culture was fantasizing about that.
The Demeter movie I bought on video on demand. I started watching it. It kind of lost my interest. I got distracted by other shit, so I never finished watching it yet. And I haven't gone back yet.
Horror film.
No, but I saw some of the Dracula bits, and it looked cool, so I'm kind of interested, but I'm not interested enough to where I'm like dying to go back and watch it. But also, Halloween's around the corner, so I'm just kind of like, if I don't get to it now, I'll get to it eventually. It's not a movie that's high on my list right now.
Culture votes his endorphins.
Pretty much.
That is not true.
It is true, except for Top Gun. It was like John Wick was your favorite movie, and then like whatever movie you watched last week was your favorite movie. Barbie was your favorite movie.
Wait.
You were so positive about
anything with Amber Heard has been your favorite movie. Come on.
So positive about Barbie.
About
Didn't
which?
she have a movie came out recently that only made $189 or something?
No, it was a commercial for Charmin.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will say that the Jennifer Lawrence movie was a step in the right direction for Hollywood, and then they took like 1,000 backwards. But I still think, and I'm only based on the incredible cinematography, the beautiful artistry, that The Equalizer 3 was the best film so far.
Last movie he saw.
Yeah.
Far better than I expected.
I'm excited for. I think I'm excited for Creator. That one looks interesting. The AI one
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. And other than that, there's nothing really else. Like I pretty much just have Pluto TV on, and it goes through the TOS and TNG, and I'm good. At night, turn on the comedy stuff with a VPN, and I'm watching like Crank Yankers all night because the puppets doing crank calls. No one's heard of this.
Oh yeah, Comedy Central classic.
Yeah, that
plenty of prank calls.
Dude, the retard guy's the best.
Prank Yankers.
You guys got that song that came out last year?
That was last night. That was last
Yay.
night. Yeah, they got drawn together. They do what was it? I forget the other one that has like
No. It goes.
Yeah. Or the guy that keeps burping is like, I want to join the Peace Corps. Are you going anywhere nice like Hawaii or Tahiti?
Look. Hey, Darcy.
Jimmy Kimmel was on that fucking show.
Yeah, he's I think he's the
him and Jack Black and a bunch of other ones, and
Sarah Silverman,
yeah,
all that stuff. The show is actually funny because it was back in the day when comedy was still life, and they weren't idiots.
Tox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tox. Do you like any of the Rubber Monster movie? Rubber Monster costume.
I like
movies?
all of the Rubber Monster movies.
He likes rubbers.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do.
Masters of the Universe is
Are
great.
you looking forward to any of the amazingness we have coming up, like Monarch or -1 or any of that?
Boy, -1, yes. I'm definitely looking forward to that, to seeing that one. Apple TV has had some very good shows on it. I think, is it the one that has the Tulsa King and some other stuff? Is that Apple TV?
I think that's,
Okay.
is that Apple? With Tulsa?
Yeah.
Tulsa was great.
Tulsa King was a Paramount.
Was it Paramount? Yeah,
Was that
because
Paramount?
so I just don't want to get another streaming service.
Choose that
And
movie.
yeah, so I won't see it until it goes somewhere else, right? Like the Weird Al Yankovic movie, they did Weird. I really wanted to see that because I'm a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan, and Tom and I could go all day about that movie.
That was Roku, right?
Yeah, it was Roku.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do Roku. You got to sign up with it. You know what? I waited it out, and it was free.
Mhm.
Right, so I go and see it, and that's kind of, you know.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Frasier trailer and that one coming out October 12th?
That it has a whole heck of a lot to do with Rubber Monster movies. That the question that Culture asked me about.
Sorry, I was asking as a generalization. I have ADHD.
But I agree. I
think Frasier's going to be good.
I think it's going to be good too. Yeah, but
I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. There was a little hint of not very Frasier-ness in that, but
he's back in Boston. He's just probably given up his posh ways. But I'm wondering what happened in between that and the woman he was going to meet and didn't go on flight. Right?
I think you'll find out very soon in the series. But returning real quickly to the rubber monster movies. I think because of when I grew up and the fact that on Saturday and Sunday television there was a Godzilla movie, there was a Godzilla versus Mothra, there was all these things, Mighty Joe Young, all of this stuff, right? I mean, I was watching like Twilight Zone and similar types of fare on my Saturday afternoons. I think that really influenced me and got me to the point where Outer Limits and all the other stuff that was going on got me into all these amazing possibilities when it comes to sci-fi monster movies and stuff like that. I think that's one of the reasons why when they do make
wet the bed. Oh
no,
you have plastic sheets.
When they do make a good one, it gets me very excited. Oh,
how excited!
Tom. My goodness, Tom, what are you showing off? You got massive.
Are those adult films on Blu-ray?
They are adult films.
Is Godzilla like another form for? Is that an instruction manual for the? Never mind.
Look at all the Godzilla!
Every time I see the Matthew Broderick one, Puff Daddy pops in my head.
And then I got the Criterion
Jimmy
book
Page.
too.
Do you have anything that features Godzuki?
Yeah, of course. I've got all the old ones on the Criterion one, but I've got one here that's not one you can buy in a store. This one.
All right.
This
I even
version
like
of
the
the
whole.
movie anyway.
Yeah.
Godzilla 85.
Oh wow! Hey, you know who loves that? Yellow Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Flash loves that movie.
If you're
ripped that for him.
This is the Raymond Burr version, yeah.
If you're a Godzilla fan, you should reach out to Das Wolf, and that dude loves Godzilla like no tomorrow.
That's I was telling Tom about. That's the guy I was telling you to talk to, Tom, if you're going to do anything.
He's
Godzilla.
covering a bunch of it, isn't he, lately?
John Das Wolfen, yeah, he does great videos, in-depth videos about Godzilla.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's a huge kaiju guy.
Speaking of loving a guy, Eric K sent me $2. He said, "Culture, you never grew up. You're a Toys R Us kid."
He had a chainsaw, and look what he did. No arms, no legs, no video games.
The boss is in the other room going, "True." Okay, anyway. But thank you for the $2, Eric K. Eric K also sent me $2 to say, "Come on, Culture, pulling out never works."
See, they got it.
Just ask the Catholics. Yeah, it does.
Well, no, that's the rhythm.
I thought Catholics only use the ear. I saw that on Family Guy.
Even when pulling out doesn't work, you can always just move to another state and change your name.
That's true.
That works.
Every sperm is
Every single time.
The Catholic condom
is good.
The Catholic condom.
If a sperm gets wasted, God gets quiet.
Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah. Fox was right. I fucked it up.
Every sperm is
every sperm is
good. For those of you watching on or X or whatever it's called now, thanks. And those of you over on Odyssey and Rumble, thank you.
Mr. Grant Gregory.
I am a promise.
Thank you, Tom. You can read that.
Grant Gregory's got 100 million subscribers now.
Or he was the first with this.
He's Australian, so it says "Hail to the Harry Houdini of Sunday night."
CC.
Truth.
I heard that Australians don't
It's
have
not a wave.
Australians mate.
That's right.
All right, mate.
Oh, God.
All right. Thank you. Thank
down
you.
by the water.
That's good.
See, and this is
hilarious.
why Graham is one of us.
Grant was from New
Yeah,
Zealand.
go right ahead.
Google gobble, google gobble.
Aye.
Taylor Swift is greater than Disney Star Wars, also known as Matt G. Sends me $1. Thanks for that.
The Taylor Swift movie is going to be in the top 5 revenue earning movies of this entire year. Just wait. It's going to be huge.
It will, yeah. It will be.
Six might be angry with me. I don't know. But Six sent me a $5 super chat, which will get me.
What? What did she say?
Okay, wait. No. Everybody be quiet. I will handle this one.
Make yourself big so we can clip it.
For $5, Six says, Gray, Trump, asks, Assimilate. Transgender. Boot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel like a retard that hooks on phonics.
Roofy. Cocaine.
Feminist, feminism, feminine, douche, trigonometry, and feel like a woman. Jeez, bro.
This all sounds like stuff that Six is doing right now.
Let's go, girls.
Six would never do roofies.
Culture, since you gave us the words that we cannot say, have you ever been hit with a demonetization?
Yes.
You have?
Oh, yeah. This stream is always demonetized. So for those of you out here watching this stream, this stream always gets demonetized because of all these wonderful beings that join me on the channel.
You send the link. It's not our fault.
These are my friends, and therefore, it's
gay.
Explains a lot. Duleo for $5 says, "Isn't Monarch being written by the if you don't like my politics lady? I could have sworn Midnight Edge reported on that a year ago." Well, Midnight Edge.
Well, they're both lizards.
Yeah. I think I don't know, is she or not?
Wow, you are loud. Wow.
I don't know.
Why am I so loud? I don't understand.
I understand. You
It's because you don't.
Somebody messing with my shit or what?
Yeah. Your dogs are tweaking your stuff. You're not looking.
I don't know. It might be the dog. It's probably the cat. He's a shifty motherfucker.
It's a renegade toe, bro. When you asleep, it takes off and starts fucking.
Look, speaking of amazing beings, Jesus Devia.
That's not what I said.
I don't know.
Okay, but I'm trying to say Jesus Devia sent me 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that, Jesus.
That's not what it says.
Very nice of him.
It was amazing. Very generous. We also got another bunch of gifted subs. Ooh, I'm breathless. It's from the Tripping Orc. That's right, 5 Culture Casino memberships from the Tripping Orc. Thank you for your generous gift, my friend. We will have all names green, and until then, we just aren't satisfied.
And hopefully, Culture will get all the names on that list that scrolls by at the end.
Oh, I eventually, yeah, eventually.
You said that for 2 years.
Don't believe that woman we were talking about has anything to do with Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
I miss your hat.
She's not on the writers list.
Oh,
I can go get a hat if you
are you
want.
talking about Gail? Not Gail Simeon, but the
If
other
you don't
one.
like my politics, don't look at my face.
Yeah, wasn't it? What's her name? I don't recognize any of.
Pseudoconic.
That's it. Yeah, she's not on. She's not listed in the series writing credits. So
Yeah, Mary
Sorry, I
Pseudoconic.
kept it.
Anyway, Graham's like, I am so lost.
I feel oppressed.
Know what's new?
How do you feel oppressed?
No, lost.
You're mocking my disability.
I'm not mocking your disability. I'm disabled too.
Oh, you guys are
Do 2 disabled people make a full working person?
That's right. Depends whether the which bits are disabled.
I'm not going on that, bro.
You complete me.
You complete me too. Stop drooling on my sandwich.
I think the only parts on you that don't work there, Mr. 70s rock fan, is your hair follicles.
It's my follicles. Yes.
Oh, Whale Simone. There you go.
Whale Simone. Yeah, I don't see her name anywhere attached to Monarch.
Did you look for Satan?
It's the spawn of Satan. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Jonah Hex said something that is ridiculous because I did not say this. I did not.
He did say that actually. Yeah, because
I did not. Nope.
It's either that or ponytails.
But then he wears them all the time, so that would mean he's not.
I'm not taking my shirt off again.
You what you need to do, Culture, is literally come out with like a
pigtails.
Make a toque. Make a toque for the shop, right? A winter hat, but make sure it has like pigtails coming off the sides.
Why are you guys trying to get my clothes off and my why?
I did not want you to do the shirtless thing. I am on record many times saying, please don't do that.
Okay, so stop.
I'm the one who started it, though.
What? No, you want the pigtail thing is funny. You taking your shirt off is a public health hazard.
True. Eric K sent me money. He sent me $5. He says, Culture was fired as a bingo caller, apparently. A meal for 2 with a hairy view is not the way you say 69.
Jesus, get a trimmer.
God damn it.
If you would like to sponsor Culture Casino Manscaped, now's the time.
Wow. These are my. Are you sure you wanted to be on the show, Grant?
Oh, yeah.
Why am I so confused and not in a sexual way?
I'm so confused, too.
Oh, my.
I like how he asked Grant a question, and we all just ran over him.
Sorry, Grant. Welcome to Culture
it's
Casino.
the new guy.
No, it's all good, brother.
Yeah. Brother, my mother got around. Oh, no.
Well, more than you know.
You're not alone anymore.
I'm not alone in this world.
Vertical.
I believe I can fly.
There you go. Vertical.
Brothers don't shake. Brothers got
I'm a believer.
What's wrong? Well, we tried to reenact Flowers in the Attic, and it went horribly wrong.
Brothers always wiener bump.
Isn't it docking?
What?
Yes.
No, I was talking about hot dogs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
man.
What kind of
Argentum.
pogo sticks are you eating?
Argentum. I apologize.
No, you're not.
What was the ick too?
I don't know.
They're shirtless.
It could have been the last 3 minutes of the show. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. I don't know.
Wait, can you change your name, Graham? It sounds too similar to mine, and these people have accents.
Yeah, I can, but I won't.
Graham Casino?
No, Graham Cast.
Oh, I got a better idea. For your 20K, Culture,
Graham
can you
Gregory?
like shave a design into your chest hair?
Me?
Yeah.
Now, 20K, he said, and I know he said this because he was very drunk in Dallas when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
He would get his butt hair waxed.
How much butt hair does he have?
20K.
I remember that.
Massive
That's a lot
amount.
of wax.
Clear as day.
A lot of
Yeah.
wax.
Now I'm terrified for the people who get his donated hair. Where is it actually coming from?
Oh, it's coming from
butt.
his
Gooch.
gooch.
I don't remember this
That's
wig coming with corn. Is this a surprise?
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
So 20K, Culture gets a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
But
The
only
chess
on
board
one.
wouldn't be bad if it was the Iron Fist logo.
Oh,
It's
can,
not
we
too
just,
shabby.
Wally got a Brazilian. That would be awesome.
can we just shave his eyebrows and make it?
What
be
does he
just
get after that? A
hilarious?
Cuban or where do you go after a Brazilian?
Mexican.
A Havana omelet.
I think it's called a taint tattoo. That's where you go next.
Oh
be a
yeah, we
paint
could do
too?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't what you
Take
do;
two,
it's the way
yeah.
that you do it.
What do you like? The only thing that makes sense down there is a log, but whatever.
A log.
What?
Yeah.
Is that where they
log.
go?
I don't know.
Taint?
He does have a tattoo that says Shorty's Bar and Grill, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 847-555-5555.
Yeah.
But that's you only see it when it's direct.
Wait, if you have a log taint tattoo, does that mean you have a lumberjack tramp stamp?
There's 66 Starship Aliens. Great to see you. Says there's no weave on Culture's moon. Oh, my.
Yeah. There's no-
I think at 100K, Culture should get his back tattooed of himself giving a thumbs up like Steve-O.
No,
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
no, but I know this. Rogue Thinker says, I vote for the far quad.
On to it.
Never again. Never
Yeah,
again.
don't do that. That was really bad.
Mhm.
I'm
All
glad
right.
you didn't do that.
Does anybody have anything they can talk about? I mean, you guys took all the good polls and things. Top
No, we didn't
five.
take any
What do you
polls.
mean?
You took
I
all
saw
the
Or,
Sure,
what do you
some
do a
polls.
poll?
Mind
Ask
freak.
people if they're enjoying Ahsoka.
They're
Oh.
not. No.
I gotta go.
Their aid specialist for $1.99 says, how does Tox know how much butt hair Culture has?
What stays in Dallas stays in Dallas.
That's right. The man is a beer wizard.
Mm-hmm.
He made beers appear.
Mhm.
And there was literally a 15 to 20 minute period. I thought he was creating beers out of thin air. It took a while before I saw Culture Boss's hand come up from the green screen with two of these younglings. And yeah, but I mean, so we were drinking some really nice whiskey. And I'm sitting there catty corner of him as we're running the show. And he has this beer. He hands it to me because I'm got the recycling behind me. So I put it down. I look back. He's drinking another one. And I'm okay. So he hands me that one, pops open a second one that he has. Okay. I get those. And he gives me the last one, turn around, come back. He's got another beer. Right. 4 or 5 times this happened.
Did you ever see him go to the toilet though?
No.
No.
And then about the 4th or 5th time this happens, I'm staring at him. I'm thinking he's some kind of wizard, just magically creating this stuff out of the air. It was a Hibiki, a Japanese Hibiki whiskey, and yeah, I was flying. And then all of a sudden, the green screen that was behind him lifted up, and this hand came up with 2 more beers. And it took about 20 seconds, but then I made the connection and said, oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Is it hibachi whiskey? Is that it?
Yeah, the Hibiki whiskey. Yeah.
Oh, that looks
was
good.
that
I'm going to have to order this tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, we had 2 different versions of Hibiki in Dallas, and they were both delicious.
I had the 12-year.
Yeah.
The one that's like $2,000 a bottle now. It used to be 40. And then
Jesus, $1,500.
so good.
They don't make it anymore.
They don't make it anymore. That's why.
You talk about the Hibiki, like Hibiki Kentucky whiskey, that one?
No, it's Japanese.
It's Japanese.
This is from Japan. That's what it says.
Yeah, the 12-year is good. I actually ended up giving it to comics. And
What
he
about the
took
beer? What about the whiskey? Did you give that?
We
to
passed that
comics too?
around. That particular bottle of whiskey had been to Vegas and then to my house and then to Dallas.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah, we share.
We share that one. Yeah.
Speaking of sharing things, Tom needs to get going because he has to go to the store so he can get some food before he does more streaming because Tom doesn't sleep. Tom, tell people things and stuff and other things and stuff. And thank you for bringing your raid over here.
Hi, Tom.
Fantastic.
Tom's smart stuff. Tom does good things.
Tom likes turtles.
Tom
Tom's
likes
very
midnight
loud.
snacks.
Wallabies. We got Renee's ramblings here with a member chat saying, "What's the best Star Wars franchise?" Or
See you guys.
Oh,
You,
bye,
Tom.
guys.
Late.
Please be safe. I'm worried about you.
He's going to the store.
I worry about him. Renee's ramblings, super member chat. There we go. Says, "What's the best Star franchise? Trek, Wars, or Gate?" Ooh.
Well, Wars is in the shitter. Trek is in the shitter. But if we're talking about previous good stuff, all of them. There's a fan base for each one.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think Gate had started to fall off towards the end of the most recent one.
Wait, are you talking about Universe? No, I think Universe just needed a chance. That was going somewhere. That would have been Stargate's kind of Trek style. And the way they ended it was bullcrap. We're all going to go to cryo sleep, and we never hear from the series again.
Hi, Becky. Yeah, no, I really did actually materialize beers out of nowhere. It's my special gift.
Would have saved me thousands of dollars in my youth.
Mm-hmm. He's like Gandalf for beer. So Beardolf.
Oh, so somebody
or
suggested
Gandir.
something. I have a super chat I have to get to, but somebody suggested something, and I want to run this by you guys. Should I cosplay or dress as in a Halloween costume Qui-Gon Jinn?
No.
Mm.
Only if you dye yourself blue and go as the Force Ghost one.
Would you trim your beard to match his?
I don't think I could.
Would you cosplay as him, but only quote from Taken?
Oh, you want me to do the weird beard thing he did?
The thing is, only you would die from a lightsaber stab.
Well,
because technically, I have watched a few episodes of Ahsoka, and every man that's been stabbed with a lightsaber has died
Immediately.
Okay.
Yes, like boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it hits some kind of button or whatever. But you can hit a 120-pound woman literally in the left side spleen, liver, pancreas, that area. Wiggle it around some, and it's just a scratch.
So women have got no internal organs, obviously.
Reva doesn't, and neither does Sabine.
Since we do know the Force is female, maybe it's all of the midi-chlorians in their body protecting them from.
That's
the
true.
lightsaber.
That's true. Maybe it was her midi-chlorian time of the month.
Well, maybe, but look, let's
Oh,
do
hold
the
on,
math
hold
here.
on. I'm going to do this.
So
I deserve.
That was really funny. So some of the people who have always had a problem with like
women,
thin, voluptuous ladies, right? You know, where's the organs people? Well, apparently girls in Star Wars have no organs.
They also have no acting skills.
That's an entirely other conversation.
Not really. It falls hand in hand.
I do know this. Kiss My Grits dropped a $20 super chat that I wanted to
look at that.
Right
there it is.
now. Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you.
$20 panel. If the Duffer Brothers created a new 80s themed series, I'm already liking where this is going. Would you prefer one, a reboot of the Goonies?
No.
Nope. They'll fuck it up.
No more rebooting classics, please.
Or two, a Breakfast Club series that follows the original 5 characters leading up to the infamous Saturday detention.
No.
Wow, could you do that?
No. So what? One dude picks up his marijuana and gets busted. The other, no. The things about timeless is that you're not supposed to keep touching them and ruining the timeless nature of them. Look at how many remakes we've seen in general failing miserably. Do we really want to go down that road?
Well, okay, but this is an either-or question. It's part of the super chat.
But current day Hollywood can't do that. That's the problem.
Okay,
If I was forced to pick one, I'd pick the second choice because at least you could do something with those characters without. I mean,
what about the Grease prequel? What about that thing?
Okay, but
that's true.
But recognize, okay, that this is very specific. It's the Duffer Brothers.
Okay.
They
Everyone
understand
fails,
the
though.
80s.
Okay.
If we had to choose one of these to be created,
Yeah.
choose the Breakfast Club series, not because I care so much about what they're going to do with the Breakfast Club and their characters, but I don't want them to go back and fuck everything up about the Goonies.
That's what
because they would
thinking.
switch everything around. All of the characters would be swapped one way or the next, and we wouldn't have Sloth because he couldn't be on screen. It would be too racy for today's day. So we couldn't do that. They would just go back and make a bastardization of the Goonies, leave it alone, do the Breakfast Club, because at least they're not totally destroying an all-time great.
It's not like there's a huge amount of canon behind the Breakfast Club, you know.
No, there really isn't, but it's a classic film. At the same time, they can't screw this up. See, anytime you go back to the 80s, I mean, they could screw it up, but I'm just saying it's less likely because anytime you go back to the 80s, you don't have cell phones and all the other annoyances that seem to screw up every plot that they try to revisit with a reboot, right? Because if you stick it in the 80s, it's a timepiece. It's a period piece. So you can't like retroactively introduce cell phones or any of the other things that would definitely break the whole premise, right? I mean, because with Breakfast Club, you could I mean, the kids would just piss off and just look at their phone all day.
Right. It doesn't work.
No. That's a great question, Kiss My Grits. That was
because if they went to the detention and they took away their phones, they would have a mental breakdown. They would need emotional support animals and all this other stuff. And whoever the teacher was would be up on charges of abuse.
And if they redid the Breakfast Club today, it would just be a screen of Zoom, and it would just be a bunch of people sitting in front of their computers because that's all school is nowadays anyway, right? It's all online.
Right.
Or there'd also be just a teacher yelling at you about why we need to teach history, and there'll be flags everywhere, and then you're talking about your nouns and all this crap. So,
and then at the end, the teacher gets arrested for sleeping with one of the students.
Yeah,
right.
Did I ever? I think I told you guys the story, right? Or I think I told it during the 15K celebration. No, wait, I haven't been there yet. The 10K celebration.
Yeah, I was to say which one were you doing because you're not in pigtails, buddy.
It's true.
Can we? How about pigtails in a cheerleader outfit?
No.
doing lip syncing Mickey.
Oh, he should do a whole album of Gwen Stefani.
You know the dance that he's got there? Yeah. You do the dance in the cheerleader outfit with the pigtails, and you doing "Oh Mickey, you're so fine."
No one wants to see this.
I would actually do it with you.
No, you would not.
Yes, I would. It would be devastatingly bad.
Oh, it would be terrible.
Right, because what would happen is you guys would film me breaking one of my artificial hips, and that would be it. Night, Phoenix Night. Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I had one of these. Hang on a minute, Darcipio. I had one of these giant brick put in your trunk cell phone suitcases. Right? Yeah, but you did not have them as a high school kid because they cost
Zach Morris did. Saved by the Bell.
Mr. Belding should have absolutely confiscated that from that troublemaker.
I think so. You can't bring that suitcase phone in here. There you go.
Just like Mr. Belding couldn't force him to not break the fourth wall and freeze time.
I used to go to a karaoke bar in LA called Dimples, and the guy who played Mr. Belding would always be there, skeevy old man getting wasted, hitting on 21-year-old chicks.
Wow, you should have went to the girls.
I now have more questions than answers. What?
Yeah, he was I forget the name of the guy who played Mr. Belding, but yeah, absolute karaoke fiend in Los Angeles. So Dimples was the oldest karaoke bar in the US until they shut down. I believe they were on Bar Rescue or one of those shows.
Yeah.
But he would show up if there's a karaoke night in LA in the San Fernando Valley, he's there drinking heavily, doing bad karaoke, and going up to the young, newly 21-year-old lady saying, "Hey, have you guys ever heard of Saved by the Bell? I'm Mr. Belding." And the answer is always no, we don't know Saved by the Bell.
You know what? I'm going to call him right now on my flip phone. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Disrespect.
Well, you have a flip phone. I have one of those.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of Nokia too.
Yeah.
Remember when those came out and the highest rage about those phones were literally just playing Snake?
Oh, they were great. Play Snake on.
And Tetris.
T9 texting, baby.
I actually found one of those Tetris watches. If you guys remember the video game watches.
I remember that.
I
used
have
to
one
play
of those.
golf on my Razor.
I had a Sony Z phone when it came out, which you just flipped down the little the microphone. It flipped out from the phone. It was just the mic. It went down.
I picture you more like a Zune kind of guy.
No. Oh, hell no. I had all kinds of great tech though. I had the Nokia Slide. I had the phone from The Matrix. I had a Sidekick.
You had a phone booth?
Oh, the Sidekick was phenomenal.
I had a lot of different ball track phones that were made by
Yeah, that's what I heard. You got a lot of balls.
A lot of balls.
He's good at tracking balls.
Is that before or after the log tattoo?
Graham fits in.
I had a Motorola brick, but I also had a Panasonic one in a suitcase.
Digital
Literally in a
remnant.
suitcase.
A Panasonic suitcase?
Yeah, it was a phone, but it was in a suitcase-sized.
Oh yeah, that was back in the day.
Yeah. I had one of those.
Yeah. Digital Remnant is become a member. It's great to see Digital Remnant. Is great. Got to meet
phenomenal.
him in Dallas.
Legion of memers.
Memers. Eric K's here with another $2 saying, 25K culture swimming with piranha with meat tied to.
Are we
it.
talking like like an actual like hunk of beef tied? Or are we talking tie his meat and then have him swim with the piranhas?
We're talking about Culture Casino doing a hamburger while trying to swim out of a tank of piranhas.
I think we should just get him to reenact that scene from Hank from King of the Hill with the dolphin, and he'll be fine. Whoa! Your dolphin assaulted me.
So at 100K subs, will you get a tattoo of a black hole on your anus?
Yes.
Or how about tell the difference?
How about can you get a tattoo just above your ass cheeks to say "this way up"?
Get somebody to carve out their hands, so they trace out their hands on your butt. Says "place hands here."
What about a chest tattoo that has a UFO and says Area 69 and then an arrow pointing to your crotch?
How about right above your pubes a stickman lawn mowing?
You can just tattoo your forehead, says it's not going to suck itself. Do that.
Or just can you tattoo? You just need a tattoo on each testicle. One can be Viagra, the other one can be not Viagra.
These are my friends. Randy came up with one. He says, I trust all of these people.
Yes.
The Peter Venkman fan site at least has my best interest in heart.
He's lying.
Culture doesn't deserve dolphin love.
That is true. Culture doesn't deserve that. He's a very nice, wonderful, and sweet person.
Yes, we should definitely feed him to the space whales from Ahsoka.
Joey says sophomoric humor. Just humor them. Indeed.
You have a bunch of adults on the. Well, you have some adults in your chat.
Thank you.
TZ Burton's dropping me beer. A lady holding some beer over in Odyssey. I really like Odyssey because you can drop like amazing memeage.
Oh yeah, you should see what TZ Burton drops over there.
I know, it's fantastic. Wait, Snow Golem says, I know a tattoo artist who does butthole tattoos. I did not know this was a thing.
It is a thing.
I would be willing to get my butthole tattooed a really nice shade of brown so it never looks too clean.
Oh,
that's awesome.
And I have an update from a great channel, a good friend, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. Real Wade Nation is a gaming channel in a lot of different places. And Real Wade Nation is only 30 away from 600 subs. So if you like gaming, check it out.
I'm a gaming channel too, and I'm only... Never mind.
I didn't hear you, Steven.
It's okay. It was nothing important.
Ford Critical says Odyssey equals best chat. I think it's the best chat platform for.
I don't know, man. Rumble's getting up there. They just released their API.
I saw that. Yeah, I think Rumble's step into the game.
Until Rumble can add. Well, Rumble. I was watching Viva Barnes today, and they were just having a ton of trouble with the volume. of
Really?
people trying to watch
One
them.
of One of the weird things that's been happening. Wow, thank you, TZ Burton with Stargate. Thank you. I'm telling you right now, Odyssey's on fire. But I really want Rumble to be the next thing. I mean, I appreciate YouTube, and Odyssey's fantastic, and I'm enjoying the other social platforms like Twitter. Hi, Twitter, and other things like that. But at the same time, I want Rumble to like deliver.
Give it a year. This next year will be very telling with a lot of things that are going to be coming up here in the US. There's going to be a lot of very divisive things, and this is going to be the time. Rumble has been setting up. They have really been setting up and starting to lay the foundation for their huge growth. Give it another year and some change. Let's just see what happens, how many people make the exodus from all of the really major tech platforms, start going to alt tech, because the amount of censorship and the amount of deletion and the amount of all of these different things that are going to go on, without getting too specific, it's going to drive people away one way or the next. It's going to happen. Rumble is just primed to explode in the next year and some change. So just hold your horses. It'll happen, man. I truly believe that.
I like Rumble. Ever since we did the push over there since the demonetization, we've been getting almost over 100% views worth of the actual sub count, and we're growing. The API is a first step, and they're going to give us more in the future. There's still a StreamYards integration coming that will also include other sites that can do the integration. Rick is awesome. If you get a hangout, or he'll answer your stuff or pops in your chat, they're going places. The only thing I've been hearing is that there's criticism that they're already removing some videos, but I have yet to see the story on that.
I haven't seen anything about that, but I do know this, that we have people watching over on Rumble right now. There's 31 people over there. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Rumble's the only place I can get 1,000 people to watch me stare at a please wait screen waiting for a new game to start working.
That was very interesting. I do know this. Eric K sent me another $2. Says 50K Culture gets a tramp stamp arrow 19th hole. No.
Yes.
Oh my god. Can you oh no, I'm not gonna do it. You should get the tramp stamp saying, oh my god, the cock says a tramp stamp.
Rumble's gonna have to figure out a way to have some kind of algorithm for promoting pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, that's
I don't
the
have
big
that.
one. Yeah, it's my
Odyssey has that, and I've seen comics' stuff get into an algorithm, get pushed over on Odyssey. If we spent more time giving Odyssey a little love and how it looks, how it feels, and all that kind of stuff, I think the biggest problem Odyssey had is they were tied into that library token, and they got sued for that, and a bunch of stuff going on from there. So they didn't really have the money base, but I think that they have the free will, kind of the civil libertarian thing on doing stuff and pushing things out there. Rumble, I think they have the right direction in mind, but it's a purely live stream platform right now.
Yep.
And until they get to where YouTube is the place that I go to figure something out. You've got to be that. So it's got to be some combination of search engine, all right, and video platform, because that's what built YouTube to be what it is now. So there's a couple of search platforms out there that are non-biased, just like there's a couple of the supposed AI tools that are non-biased. That's what you're going to have to work with. You're going to have a consortium of groups that say, we're not going to be biased. And they sign something similar to the anti-conferences and the other things that have been going on at the beginning of the internet. Because we could have, I say we, because I knew Al Gore and he and I built the internet. Back in the day.
Well, Jennifer Lawrence was there before you.
Well, that's right. Thank you, J Law. Much love. And oddly enough, his statement about creating the internet isn't 100% wrong. But that's a story for another day. Al Gore was anyway.
Oh well, are you Nas Kanata all of a sudden? Am I
no.
have to, like, read a book now to try to figure out what in Star Wars you mean by what you just said?
No. He helped get funding for some specific things that we were doing with
for DARPA.
Yeah, and some other stuff from there. So when you're talking about, did you fund it? Okay. But the things at the beginning of the internet, we were all very concerned at the time, those in academia were of the censorship aspect of it. And we put some things out there to make sure that you couldn't do that, and they're in the protocols. The unfortunate thing about social media is they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the real problem that you have with YouTube is who's running it and making the decisions, where they grew up, and how that society is. It's right now, most of what YouTube and Google are doing is in one of the most collectivist societies that's been around for 5,000 years.
Right.
And you when you're in a system that it doesn't matter where you're born, you're not going to go any higher.
Right.
Right. That's, you're never going to get ahead. Your society is going to stagnate with that. So yeah, we've got to move off into Rumble. Rumble needs to get together with some of these other things, and the money needs to come in from all areas to create that and push that along. But you've got to have a search engine.
Well, I think that's the thing that they're missing though is search tools and recommendation algorithm, because how are you going to find things?
See, that's the thing with algorithms. I'm still very, I don't know about that though, because it just takes one person to switch the coding and make it biased, and it's all recommendations go down the hill. Let's look at YouTube for a prime example. They're 90% going to promote the bigger channels to make them most money, and not the creators that could make them the next much money. And that's
but that's YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
Well, Rumble,
that's not Rumble.
Let me assuage some of those fears. If you make that algorithm publicly available, then there's transparency. You can figure out if there's any kind of bias inherent in it. You can't do that with almost anything else. I mean, and again, okay, so let me I'm going to go into a real long reason why all this is the way it is.
Gather round, children. Culture has a story.
I do. The reason that you have all of the free things of the internet that aren't really free is because you're the product. When people say that, they're telling you the truth. The problem is that you've heard it so many times you don't understand what it actually means. Every single aspect of your life is for sale. You're tracked all the way from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed at night, and oftentimes while you sleep. You're handing over a whole lot of data constantly to things that are quote unquote free. Even some of the things you pay for are willingly handing your data over to other things so that you can become an amalgamation of a consumer that they can market to. Now, the biggest problem with all of this is that that's not where it stops. It continues on into the government. And then the government now has all this information about you, including everything that you are about, everywhere you spend every dollar. They know what every super chat that you've said has said. They know all of this. They know what you're doing as far as your
I hope they're watching.
Your direct messages. Yeah, they can often be, sure. But your TV is actually listening to you right now. Most people don't know that.
No, it's not. It's unplugged. No, it's not. It's unplugged.
Especially if it's connected. Especially if it's connected to the internet. There are microphones, sensing devices, all kinds of things built into every appliance and everything that you own.
Why do you think they stopped making phones where you could take the battery out?
That's the reason. Because
so why do you think that they're starting to make phones without a physical card or connecting up to the phone device, right? So any of your Apple devices that you've bought in the last 3 years, they never turn off. You power it down, they're still looking to see if there's another Apple device around to send your location data back to them. It's in the end user license agreement.
There's also another thing too. Now we also now have USB-C and charge cords now that literally have built-in Wi-Fi receivers and can literally, once your phone is charging, they can access your phone with one straight script and just bam, they have all your identification. They can take a picture from it, wireless and everything.
What if I tell you that anything that you have that has not only power but data can actually be accessed at any time? If you're charging your phone, you can that I can access your phone. This is going to freak people out. I can access your phone through the power lines.
That's
Oh,
true
yeah.
because power lines now are also a Wi-Fi broadcaster, depending on your network.
Well, they've been doing the power line thing for
It's been a long time.
many,
For a
many
while.
decades
Yeah.
because the power, that alternating current, right? It's a pulse.
Mhm.
So they've been able to send data back, all right, to tell where the power outages are. And they don't need to have somebody. One thing that many people may not understand now is there used to be somebody that would walk by your house, go into the backyard, and read your water meter and your electric meter.
Mhm.
You had to be worried about the dogs and all that kind of stuff and things from there, right? They don't have that anymore. They put a device on there, and now they read your water, your gas, if you have natural gas, and they read your electric remotely.
Well, you'd
and it all
mentioned
goes through the power line.
You'd mentioned the power lines. I think the first time we really saw this happen with the power lines was probably the Goofy movie.
Mhm.
If anybody get
Power
line was the
I get it. But except the power lines don't sing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
rewinding on that, but no, a lot of people look at me sideways. But you can actually buy, for your own home internet use, you can buy power line internet devices that plug into your router or your cable modem.
Yeah, I've had quite a few of those in the past. Yeah.
And distribute that entirely around your house, just like a router, which is a problem because then your neighbor could just run their extension cord into your outdoor outlet and access your internet free. All right, let's move on because we got some chats here I got to grab, including this one from Tripping Orc, who took care of 5 Culture Casino memberships earlier, saying, is a tattoo of his butt saying property of Tom too much?
No, I think that's perfect.
No. Star Trek.
Wait, hold. It's okay. It's that property of Tom. Just call the tramp stamp Midnight Snacks.
Oh,
I'm broken.
No. It's not midnight snacks. It's midnight pegging.
Culture.
Midnight's peg.
Midnight docking with culture.
After dark.
Culture EXE has shut down and stopped responding.
All
right,
got to hide an erection.
Will S says Star Trek 4 had a version of space whales. Wow.
Yes.
I guess.
It did.
I guess. Saltzilla says exit only tattoo. Yeah, I think Apollonies Minion also mentioned that. I think if you were going to get a tattoo anywhere, that'd be the place to get that. Irate Specialist says 20K culture, a nut tattoo that says choking hazard.
I guess people could choke on Tic Tacs theoretically.
Could you just put small parts?
Damn! It's your first time here.
I didn't know his nuts were a Kinder Egg surprise.
I think you would need a general anesthetic if you're going to get a tattoo in that area.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Awesome one says docking bay in the chat. Good gravy.
That's right.
Don't dock the boat. Don't dock the boat, baby.
If you're gonna get that log tattoo, can you get shaped like Captain Picard? You can call it Captain's Log.
One of the most amazing people on this platform is this guy here, George the Giant Slayer. Sends me a 1999 super chat, which means he's on his phone. He's still working. See, George is part of the group where he could come here anytime he wants to because he's in the chat group. The problem is he's always working. This guy works more than I do. And that's saying something. Anyway, for 1990 says, this is all hail culture. For your next milestone, take your weave off for everyone. It's not a weave.
It is a weave.
By the way, what does the panel think about Russell Brand charges? Someone based being boxed in by big media, or wait and see? I think he's being boxed in. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think people are not liking what he's saying.
Fuego.
Interesting timing, isn't it? You would think that if the allegations are saying that it's anywhere from the early 2000s, let's call it 2001 to 2013, during the whole Me Too, Believe All Women movement, right? Wouldn't that be the time to come out with this? Because look, if it's all real, those are heinous activities, and lock the dude up for a long time. Down with that. But at the same time, it just seems like the timing of everything is a little bit strange.
He went off the plantation, and this is the result.
It's also because of his popularity and growth too, right? If they can get a settlement real quick because of how much money he's probably making off platforms.
But all of these stories were solicited. One of the people that was solicited and had nothing but kind things to say about Russell came forward and exposed the fact that they were approached for any information that they could bury.
Coordinated effort.
Wasn't
coordinated.
Weren't all except one of the alleged victims, they all decided to keep anonymity. Nobody, I think it was only one of them who decided to use their real name. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
and ultimately the thing is, and this is something that Mr. H, by the way, check out Mr. H's H Reviews channel because he's killing it. It's the best. It's one of the best podcasts you're going to catch twice a week. I happen to be there regularly, but that's not why it's the best. Well, it probably is some of the reason why it's the best, but he does a great job. And he released a video today, and he said, look, in the UK, the age of consent, and mind you, this is many moons ago. This wasn't yesterday, right? That they're going after him for. This is 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But anyway, the age of consent in the UK is 16. Now, that's not normal here in the States. For us, we're going, what? But for there, that's...
What do you mean that's not normal?
Well,
there are many states in there are many states in there are many states in the United. There are multiple states in the U.S. where the age of consent is 13.
A few.
Most of them carry banjos. I mean, guns. I mean, they're showing banjos.
I think the youngest age of consent is 13. I'm not sure. I think they raised that not just a few years ago, but it's not that many. And yet you're right, Tox. There are some states where it's lower, but in the UK, it's 16. So it's a little bit different. For my perspective is it's timed because we're coming up on a political season.
Yep.
Here in the United States.
Yeah, I mean,
you would be quite shocked at the stats I'm looking at right now, Culture Casino.
Really?
Yeah.
How many states?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we're going to count the states that are 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So almost half the states. And let's count 15. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean, California is just throwing consent
3.
out the window, but
that's there. 1, 2, 3.
Well, he's
4 that are 16. So the majority of U.S. states are 16 or below.
Right.
Actually,
well, he's,
all of them are 16. Oh, no, wait. There's a one. Illinois is 17.
Do those...
Texas, Illinois and Texas are 17. Everything else is 16 and below.
Those states that you're looking at, does that specifically say if it's someone over the age of 18 who's legally an adult with someone younger, or is it with two people that are young?
Age of consent,
right?
Restricted by age difference. Younger partner is deemed able to consent to have sex with an older one as long as their age difference does not exceed a specific limit.
Do you have access to when those laws were shifted?
I can look.
This will be telling.
Connecticut's, yeah.
Well, as somebody mentioned, I think it's Jonah Hex in the chat mentioned about the age of military. You can join the military. I joined the military in the UK at 16.
Oh, crap. In Connecticut, a 12-year-old can consent to any 13-year-old.
So it would be weird if I couldn't join the military. I could join the military at 16, but not legally consent to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where so my argument always is if you can be put into war, if you can be conscripted, you should have every right of an adult. But
so it's effectively, so in Connecticut it's 13 years of age. However, there's an age difference there, and it's a 2-year age difference. So if you're 15 and having sex with someone who's 13, you're fine. If you're 16 and having sex with someone who's 13, you're not.
Okay, yes, but see, you could have a birthday in a relationship.
Yep.
And then
and all that stuff.
Then you have to hit the pause button.
Right.
That's really weird.
Must be sucked if you have a birthday. It's a leap
I'm
year.
uncomfortable with all of this because I still think that your brain isn't ready.
Oh, I'm 100% uncomfortable with all of this stuff in here, but yeah.
Because I'm just going to say this.
But if you're talking about unrestricted, okay, that's the one. So if you're talking about unrestricted, there's no state in the nation that has an unrestricted age lower than 16.
Unless it's an island. Oh, sorry, wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 17.
Graham got it.
Yeah, hell yeah, I did.
So the other 31 states, it's 16.
Yeah, and
that's unrestricted.
And the reason why I'm trying to ignore that, Stephen,
I know.
It is very not YouTubey.
That's why I didn't say any names. I just said island.
Fair enough.
I was just thinking.
On that note,
I could have said casting couch, but that's a different story.
On that note, and thank you for this subject, George. To me, it's clear that this is politically motivated because they can't run against. Nobody can run against logic and honesty and truth. It's obfuscation. If you can't attack the credibility of an argument, or if you can't attack the facts because they're irrefutable, you attack the person, and that's what's being done here. I mean, and again, this is done all the time. It's been done especially in the last 2 decades. This is Arkansas politics. I'm going to say it that way on purpose. And it's been that way forever, and maybe even 30, 40 years. We don't know. I do know this. Dick Morris is a giant asshat who fucked up our political system and made this all happen way faster. And I said a bad word on my channel.
If Russell Brand didn't have the following that he has gained over the last, let's call it 2 or 3 years, these stories would have never come out. It would have never, ever seen the light of day. If anything, it would have been a long time ago that we would see something like this. And he probably would have said, hey, these were during the times when I was heavily addicted, because he's been very open about his past and how he's sober now and he's trying to be better and all of that stuff. So I think it's one of those things that he probably would have preemptively brought up and said, hey, it's a nuanced conversation. Let's talk about this instead of having this hit piece.
I mean, okay. So one of my favorite appearances by Russell Brand was when he was speaking very openly. Thank you, Graham, about his addiction. He's on a late night talk show, and he says, "Well, I was acting very peculiar because I was doing crack and heroin," and he's like, "You can't get more explicit than that." He's like, "I was making some very strange decisions."
The way you can sum up Brand, it's a lot the way we're looking at a certain person who's constantly getting indicted over and over again into court just to keep him out of a certain running. So it feels like the same type of thing.
Yeah, now Tug's show last night, I think that Umbrella guy, I watched some of his show. He really, really went into some detail on some of these messages that had been published, screenshots of messages purportedly from Brand to these victims, and they may well be victims. We don't know. I mean, this is all we don't know the truth. Allegations. But he was pointing out some of the obvious Photoshop jobs and editing that had been done on some of these.
If it was
extremely obvious in some of them.
If it was as serious as it was, though, like you would see a lot more people coming out on Twitter.
Stephen, just a second. Tox needs to bail out of here, and I need to let him go. And we'll jump right back into it. Tox, you want to promote the amazing show we've got coming tomorrow?
We do? What? Oh.
What?
So tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central, you can catch Culture Casino, myself, Comics Division, Probable, Nick Weiser, and probably going to have Corey there too. And Southern Belle might join us as well. We're going to be doing the Monday Meltdown starting at 9 p.m. Central. Wednesday, we do Yelling at Park Cars over a Rumble exclusive live stream at 8 p.m. Central. Thursday is Thursday Night Throwdown. We'll do that at 9 p.m. Central. It's going to be fun. I was just working on a new intro for headlines. Now I've got to do the headlines. That's going to be a major amount of fun.
We're continually ramping up our shows over for the Dix Division guys. So Comics Divisions, you're going to start seeing, and we have more. You're going to start seeing better stuff and more developed stuff. You're also going to see more specials. We're working on specials in the background, but most importantly, the merchandise. We have now gone to, believe it or not, focus groups. So
Yes.
you want to promote that, Tox?
Yeah, so right now we're exclusively on mixtees.com/beachpunk. Let me pull it up. I spell mixtees.
I don't know.
MIXEDTEES.
There it is. Reach Punk. I can't spell.
You want me to run the
Beach-
commercial? while
isn't
you
it beach
figure
punk?
out?
On the commercial.
Okay, I'm gonna run the commercial because Tox can't type. Do you have style and flair? A bit of savoir-faire? Well, you're in luck. For just a few bucks, it's not out of reach. Time to get back to the beach. That's right. Beach Punk is now available for a limited time exclusively from Mixed Tees. The Make America Beach Again line is top-notch, top quality, and all about answering that question, are you beach enough? I know I'm enough. Are you? Be prepared for your very own beach off. We've got towels. We've got t-shirts. We've got muscle tanks too. And if you're cold-blooded, we also have hoodies. Not to mention mouse pads and so much more. Check out the ever-expanding line of Beach Punk gear available at Mixed Tees. Your home for YouTube-exclusive clothing from your favorite creators. From the minds of Dick's Division comes Beach Punk. Are you enough? Tox,
Awesome.
are we working on a coffee?
We might be doing a coffee.
Who knows?
There's a lot of stuff we're doing, expanding the merch. Culture and I have a dream of building a beach empire.
There will be
beach empire. There will be Hawaiian shirts.
You will.
There will be high quality Hawaiian shirts.
You're going to get textile, upgraded textile, linen, silk quality, high end Hawaiian shirts.
If it's not wool, it's not worth it.
No.
I understand.
Tox and I believe in Hawaiian shirts, kids.
What about
Yes, we
hockey
do.
jerseys? What about hockey
We could
jerseys?
do hockey
Hockey
jerseys. I
jerseys
could
would
do
be
that.
good.
But we
Oh,
did
I
have a
love-
focus group yesterday with many of the ladies in the fellowship, talking to them about the kind of things that they would want to wear. Learned a lot from that. And this can't just be an all male thing. Yeah, we're doing that stuff. So,
Well, you have his and her bikinis.
we do, but the Speedos, I'm only able to fit a little bit of Culture's weave on the front of it. So we're trying to figure out how to do that.
Well, he could just braid his pubes and then they could be kind of hanging out on the sides.
The
Right?
weave should be all the way down.
Before Tox leaves, I got a brilliant idea. Since Christmas is also coming out, you should think about Culture Casino ornaments and Dick's Division ornaments.
No, we should. We should do that.
I love
Christmas
ornaments.
balls. Christmas balls.
Christmas balls.
Yeah, you can finally hang Culture's balls on your tree.
I think that Brian and I should do a show with Culture Casino where we talk about Brian's sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
Deck the halls with
well,
Culture's balls.
we do.
Fa la la la.
Deck your balls with boughs of holly.
We actually the second Christmas special is coming
We are
out.
we must. We are working on that. Yes.
I promise you are going to get Brahma smells. Well, no, you're not going to get that. That was last year, but you're going to get something like that from me and somebody else. It'll be.
I'm going to be doing a classic dramatic reading of a modified version of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
The weave
Was the
before
weave
Christmas.
before
Or
Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And now, so here we go a wassailing. Here we go a weaveling.
How about the little weaver boy?
Mhm. The little weaver boy. We could do that.
King weave senseless.
Yeah, King weaves a lot.
You can literally make those culture ball ornaments and then some jingle balls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andy Masterson wants the boss to wrangle me this week. It will happen. First of all, it's got to happen because I'm going to a wedding, so it's got to happen the next couple of days. Shade says, deck the laws with balls of no balls.
No balls.
Ballast.
I did do Deck the Halls last year.
Yes.
I decked the halls.
We actually
Magic
crafted some songs we didn't get to, right, Tox?
Yes. Yeah, there were a bunch of songs we did not get to, not get out there. Brandon Morris did something that was really great too.
Baby,
and we'll be doing better. Rocking around the
Did anybody
Christmas
just
tree.
hear that singing? Was that an angel?
That was an angel.
Ah,
It's an angel.
It was auto tune.
That's right. Because if there's anyone that's got a Christmas tree shoved up their ass, it's Culture Casino.
It's not a bad merch idea. Christmas tree butt plugs.
There you go.
No, actually, I'm
glow in the dark.
Culture the tree topper.
How about culture?
I can do that.
How about culture stockings? But they're literally women's stockings.
Space Jesus. Culture
He's
Space
worn.
Jesus.
Used women's stockings.
Oh, there you go. Yule log tattoos. There you go.
Now I understand. Ball. I get it. On ball. I get it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
CJ
I'm
super chat. Yeah.
All right, I have to go.
I'm gonna read. Let me read this before you go. I must.
Okay, read that before we go.
CJH Entertainment. What is up, my friend? For a Canadian $5. Canadian. What? Wait. Well, those are like what we call those maple syrup bucks. Maple bacon bucks.
Gave us 5 inches of Canadian bacon.
Thank you. Nobody talking about the smart city camps in Hawaii popping up or quarantine camps in New York. Y'all not ready for what's coming next. 15-minute cities. Watching what's happening in the UK, and mind you, we have to be very careful here about this subject. Watch what's happening in the UK with the dismantlement. Is that a word? Dismantlement of cameras and other
dismantling
to surveillance equipment.
Yeah, there's I think people are wizening up to a lot of very nefarious practices. But I hear you, bro. I'm worried more about you up in Canada.
Thank you.
And no, I don't think anybody's blind to what's happening in the islands. I think those people.
Well, they declared it a disaster area, and the government's going to be buying the land.
I think they're pretty clued into what exactly is happening to them right now, and it feels very Indian reservation-y right now.
Read up on Wounded Knee. If everybody out there in chat want to know about what can happen, look up Wounded Knee and what happened there and what they did to women and children there. And you'll understand what your government can do.
And one more. Kiss My Grits for $5. Thank you, Kiss My Grits. You're killing it tonight. Wow, we're having a great chat tonight. If Mattel can finally bring He-Man back to the big screen, who would you like to be cast as He-Man and Skeletor? And who should direct? Well,
anyone not in Hollywood.
I've got a suggestion for.
You should say who goes first.
Actually, you know what? The person that goes first is the person that's going to leave. That would be Tosh.
Yeah, that's
okay.
A good idea.
All right. So He-Man to me, Terry Crews.
Oh.
And yes, I would have Terry Crews be He-Man.
Because
he would be an older He-Man, and he would have a son that's going to be up and coming, so they can pass the torch and go on from there. And Skeletor would be Nancy Pelosi.
I don't know that you could do better casting.
Skeletor's far too good looking for that.
That's true. I'm actually putting down Skeletor fans to that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry.
What's Mr.
Terry
Freeze?
Crews would play both.
Yeah. Now, what about Mr. Freeze in the government now? The guy that freezes up, make.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell. Yeah.
Glitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Glitch McConnell. Yeah.
He's the guy. Yeah. Now I would have Terry Crews as a part of that film and Jason Momoa. Those are the two I would put into that.
I think if I were going to have anybody direct He-Man at this point, it would be Ben Stiller.
I just think that the whole He-Man thing is cursed for some reason. It's never going to make it to where thought from there. I mean, you pretty much got it in Beastmaster.
Yeah.
So, pretty much it that kind of film. Yeah, Beastmaster from there. But
all right, Tox. I know you're gonna go, brother. I love
I gotta go. Good night, everybody.
See you tomorrow, mate.
All right, we'll see you. Brian is going to be joining us if he has time tomorrow on Monday Meltdown. So after his show,
we're getting a very, very old guy.
Brian,
raising the average age of the show.
I don't know.
And lowering the intelligence and raising the age. That's
Steven is trying to get me toast.
I'm playing. I'm not trying to get you toast. This is actually a cell animated game that looks like He-Man.
Okay, here's the big problem, dude. We're gonna get claimed.
I'm not playing it. I'm actually just trying to go through it.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Tox.
Have fun with that claim, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Claim with pictures?
Yeah.
You can get claimed on pictures.
Perfect claiming.
I have to remove myself. That's right. I'm one of these guys.
Brand.
I love
Band-Aid's
you.
stuck on me.
Okay,
all right. Let's go next to the great and wonderful 70s. What would your casting be for this amazingness?
So I've got a suggestion for He-Man. It would be Alan Ritchson, who played Reacher on the Amazon TV show. Alan Ritchson. I think it's a Richson.
Yeah.
I would suggest him for He-Man. A bit of an outside choice, but I think that could work. And Skeletor, Gary Oldman.
Oh, Gary Oldman can play anything.
Yeah,
that's true.
He would. I mean, Langella was brilliant. I think Gary Oldman could be equally brilliant in that role.
I mean, go back to Fifth Armament. He was great.
Mm.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy that played Zaphod Beeblebrock?
In the Hollywood movie of Hitchhikers?
That's that guy that Rockwell, right?
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. I think he could probably do it. He would have to dance though.
Nothing wrong with a dancing Skeletor. Skeletor's a fun guy, you know.
True story. All right, Graham, you're up. I'm gonna leave a fat in for last. Graham, your choices here.
Make this quick. All right, He-Man, Zac Efron.
Oh, he's playing that.
He's playing a wrestler, and he is jacked. He's jacked up on steroids. He already has
interesting choice.
He already has the hair. All he needs to do is dye it blonde. Just take a look at that, and you'll see what I'm seeing.
I do.
Yes.
I don't have to. I know what you're talking about. Dude's been like yoke.
It's right there. Skeletor, Walter Goggins could be an interesting choice.
Dude, Goggins can play anything too. Man, you guys, there's like 3 guys in a row that we've talked about that could definitely nail that.
Yeah. Who should direct is anybody except Kevin Smith at this point, I think.
Fuck. Oh, I cursed again. You made me curse on my channel.
What a bad man. What a bad man.
I don't know. You know what? Scipio said something. I didn't even think about this. Sorry, hang on. New comments. Scipio said Henry Cavill and Dafoe is Skeletor.
Willem Dafoe is Skeletor. That's A+ right there, man.
Pretty good.
I think that's almost perfect casting. I still think Ben Stiller would be a great director for Masters of the Universe.
I was talking to someone just the other day about the very little known Ben Stiller flick from back in the day, Mystery Men.
Yeah,
oh god, I love
fabulous
that movie.
Nobody knows about it. Ben Stiller has such a he's great. I would be okay with that.
You know, and here's the thing. I mean, and Kiss My Grits says James Woods would be great as Skeletor. Man, everybody's nailing Skeletor. It's like we can do this. And James Woods could kill it. Jimmy's been in a lot of great stuff, and he's a really nice guy. I know he plays an asshat sometimes in social media, but you know he's not wrong.
Guy. So we're going down the list of everybody who's going to knock it out of the park, and I guarantee you they're going to find a way, should they do this, to just ruin it all. We just gave them the entire list. Do this. Any of this will be fine, and they're going to ruin it.
But Tox gave you Terry Crews. I'm like, okay, you know, if you want to mix it up, yeah, that would work.
It would.
I mean, and you know what? You couldn't bitch about the fact that he wasn't like, you know, like because he's black. I mean, I feel like, all right. And finally, Fat He-Man.
I have actually nobody. I don't even know.
You don't know who could be He-Man?
Not really, no.
You can't think of anybody to be a good He-Man.
No, I've turned out of Hollywood for a certain degree.
Oh man, I was really hoping you'd knock it
Elliot
out.
Page.
Oh shoot!
I can't say that name. I'm sorry.
Look, Aaron Ratliff nailed this earlier. Wanted to highlight it again. They're trying to take Brand out before he becomes untouchable like Joe Rogan. He's already there, bro.
He's too far along on that path. Because even if they ruin him, he's still close enough with the Joe Rogans of that world where they're going to give him a platform, even if he's going to be deleted on his channels and he is officially canceled. Joe Rogan is one of those guys who would be willing to hear him out. Because think about this: if Russell Brand really does crash and burn, and Joe Rogan has him on, that's going to be one of the biggest episodes of all time of JRE. So why not?
And here's the weird thing, right? Can you see a team up? Well, I'm like picturing the Avengers in my head. So I've got Russell Brand, Tucker Carlson. I mean, I'm like building this team. Joe Rogan. I'm like, there's like all these voices coming out. Viva.
Right. And then Russell Brand would just show up to Joe Rogan's comedy mothership down in Austin, and he would do a month of shows as a residency. The dude would make millions. It's fine. They're doing all right.
I think they're going to be good, but I think that their voices. I think you can't silence people the way they want to. I think that everybody's too hip to the jam right now, and I think that they're having trouble. And I'm here for it. Speaking of, I'm here for it. Well, maybe not. The CJH Entertainment, thanks, brother, for another Canadian $5. As Canada is introducing MAID to both mentally ill and children are now able to apply that without any parental consent. And doctors highly recommend it. My God, where are we in society?
How far are we fallen, huh?
I don't know. I know this much. We didn't have any puppet representation tonight. We didn't get any ladies, which I'm going to work on.
How dare you assume?
Wait, that's right.
Off, all right.
You just assumed something there.
Wait. Wait.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. But we have okay. So I'm going to do this because Tom is right. We need to support. We need to support our good friend Steven over at Deleted Scenes. Did that come up for you guys? Because for me, it isn't there.
It went away straight away. It came up and then disappeared.
Try it again. There it is. So you got to check out Deleted Scenes channel in just a minute. Well, actually about 20 minutes because we're going to wind up. But if you've never seen the end of the show before, it doesn't actually end.
Go for a smoke break, come back. It'll still be going.
Yeah, we've got this. And CJH, I saw it. Thanks, bro. You guys are amazing. But could you imagine you could have Jordan Peterson and a whole lot of other people that could just show up and just like dominate the universe. I think we're in a weird place right now.
Russell Brand gets canceled. The Daily Wire is going to be knocking on his door immediately, offering him that fat contract.
Not even. You'll have Crowder coming to him.
Yeah, I still think his path forward is Twitter, just like Tucker. So, but here's the weird thing: you get all these dudes together doing stuff together. Ball game over. Ball game over. You have too many smart people asking too many smart questions. Do you know when you know something's wrong? When something cannot withstand scrutiny of a simple, logical question.
So in the chat, 11 Alpha said big fat quiz of the year with Russell Brand. When he is teamed up with Noel Fielding, those guys knock it out of the park. And absolutely correct that you can hear the ladies in the audience swooning every single time those guys crack jokes. It would make sense that walking down the street they're going to be mobbed. So
big fat quiz is freaking hysterical. It's on YouTube. You can catch all those episodes.
Full episodes. Make sure you have a couple hours to spend.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you'll be there forever. And those two guys wreck me. I laugh for.
Can somebody clip that, please?
Ever. They are just great. Wow.
Flip it.
Fudge. Cavatinho, Cavalryman Chases. Culture will horrify you with Gary's head. And Eliza cuts cellulite. That I will. It's coming. I promise. Speaking of coming, you probably won't after that. Ben Shapiro. Yeah, you guys keep naming the names, but you're going to start to see a lot of people. Alex Stein.
Primetime 99, huh?
Dude, yeah, man. Have you ever hung out with him?
I have not. I used to work for the Daily Wire once upon a time.
He is that excitable and on. Every time I've met him in person and hung out with him, like we'll be doing something like eating or having a drink or whatever, and he says, and you're like, "Holy calm down, bro, calm down." But he's like that all the time. He's great. He's just a
Sorry, who did you say wrecked you? You had a couple of guys wrecked you. That was it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that again. We watched this show.
Phrasing.
We were it. That's right. So, you know what? I'm going to do this differently because I want to promote the new guy last. So let's. Uh-oh.
Swear to God, if he says me first,
All right, special since Tupac saying Russell Brand already has a deal with Rumble. I'm sure he does. Can you imagine? Oh, Rumble has 15 million viewers. Bam, ding, and then he's just gonna go from there. It's gonna be crazy. All right, really. You know what? Fat Steven's been drawing the whole time, doing major art. Let's make him go first.
No, you always make me go first every week. I can literally make clips of you making me go first.
Well, okay, but you're going first.
Clip it.
All right, here I am, Fat Steven. Next. Thanks for having me.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got, bro.
What?
Yeah. Coming up next, 70s rock fan.
How did you know that?
That was Fat
because you do that
Steven.
every time. It's
And
the
that
same
was
two people.
Fat Steven.
Well, but it's because you're both in Canada. I mean,
No, it's because you're predictable.
Wow.
Well, he has culture, has his ways. He's deeply set in his ways.
Yeah, get the most irritating first out of the way so you don't have to worry about it.
Jaffo, that is not true.
So I have a show tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain Time on my channel about the Kentucky Fried Movie. So it will be, if you watch it, you will have our gratitude. And it will be of a show of an enormous magnitude. So please join us.
Those were
be a lot of
fancy words.
And then later on, if I survive that, I will be over on Comics Division show.
I see people leaving. You don't want to leave.
Weaving. You see them weaving?
Thank you, 70s. I love you, dude. Brian, take it easy. You've been crushing your shows lately.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so this is an up and coming YouTuber guy, and he's very, very good, and he was very well spoken tonight, and probably is likely to doom all of our channels.
Well, thank you. You made a happy man very old.
Ooh.
Oh, he's on camera.
Nice.
Well, okay. The reason I decided to turn this on, first and foremost, thank you for having me and letting me join you. This has been such a pleasure. A little bit tired. I had a 5 a.m. flight from Reno out here to Nashville this morning. So bright and early, but I turned the camera on because I recently got a little physical something and I need to show it off.
Oh, well,
it is a
fantastic.
Beautiful
shoot
Prince guitar. So I don't play nearly as well as Prince does, but this thing is just fabulous. So I had to just show someone because none of my friends give a shit, quite frankly.
Oh man.
But
you should have showed that off when Tom was here.
It's good. It's good. Well, I have plenty of them. We can always do that. But yes, thank you for letting me join. Check me out on the Gramcast. So it's good times.
Yeah, no, definitely check out your channel. You're making great content. Otherwise, you would not be on this channel right now. Sorry. It's the truth. I mean,
no, I'm laughing. No, I'm not laughing at the compliment. No, it's all good. No, sorry.
I can't compliment him.
No, you're taking out. It's not about you. It's just don't worry about it. No, it was just, something in my head popped in there. Don't worry.
He's got great videos. Check him out. I've watched a lot, and
thank you.
Dude, I really appreciate what you're doing. I keep it up. You will be welcome back here in the future. What's the fancy word of saying? You acquitted yourself well.
All right. I'll take that. Most people just say you're kind of a piece of shit, but it's okay.
Who are these people?
My family's very, very rude.
Robust. You have a robust.
You must know my family then too.
All right.
Become one of your in-laws one of these days.
If you've never been here before for this wheel of chaos, welcome. I think you may reevaluate life in just a moment. I'm trying to find the right clip to start with because it'll get weird. It'll get weird. You know what?
No penis.
Mexican Iron Man hasn't been up for a while. Let's see what he says.
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
Well, I hope you did enjoy your first visit to the show, my friend, because, sometimes it can be a trial by weave. But
Yeah.
so what's going on with yourself? Did you get the chance to promote your stuff properly there?
Yeah, I think I'm totally good. Check me out on the Gramcast. Have a good time. Always trying to make a couple videos a week if my work schedule should permit. So is it just me, or do you look like me in the future?
I was just thinking that I'm glad you weren't
Oh.
showing yourself in the screen there, because there might have been some crossover, but hopefully for you in the distant future, not the near future.
Yeah. One of these days it'll come up.
Yeah,
But
well, that's one thing about YouTube. It's usually like a box of eggs with the heads. Sometimes you can be in a show with just a row of them. But
yes, I had plenty of people letting me know that when Starfield came out, that I was like the non-British Az. So that was, I think I'm a little bit more handsome than he is, but I can't.
Slightly more chiseled, yes.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, do you play games? Are you a gamer? I'm sorry.
Yes. I've been playing games quite a bit. I recently hung up my World of Warcraft Alliance and Horde scrolls on my wall above my couch over here.
Just where we can't see them then.
Exactly. Where no one can see them. But yeah, gaming has been something that I've really gotten into. I somewhat recently got a new custom PC over here. So been jamming on that. Starfield is an interesting game. Been playing that a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I've done a couple of streams playing it. If people want to watch old guys fucking up in games, they can always come and watch me play.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around. And first, you never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie.
Well, Steven,
hi. I do gaming too.
Yeah, you do. I've been watching you gaming for a long time.
Yeah, and Starfield's okay. I got married in Starfield, and then I shot my wife's mother.
What?
And I blew up the pastor, and then half of Paradiso. And they don't die; they got resurrected. It was hilarious. But thank you for having me, Culture. The reason why I giggled, and I'll explain this to you, is you said I would only let people on that make great videos. I'm like, I don't make videos. That's why I was laughing.
You make.
I streams. That's why I was laughing. It wasn't because it was snark, but thank you, Chad, for saying you like my snark. Yeah. So yeah, gaming. You can actually find that me blowing up my mother-in-law in Starfield.
That's actually on your stream.
Yeah, I actually did it in my stream, and then I reloaded it before I did it, and then I just dropped a grenade during the wedding ceremony. We didn't even use to exchange rings. She gave me her war medal, and I was like, "That's it." And no offense, but the crew you get in this game never shut up. They always want to talk to you. They always have useless crap for you. They never shut up.
It's weird.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to play some credits, but we're still not done. So.
I'm not making a comic book for his asking. No, I'm working on just an avatar for just stuff. So I'm just been trying to fixing in the shading and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, we're out of here.
Okay.
Fat Steven, are you the man who put the gay back into gaming?
No, I put the docking back in the Tetley Tea Party.
Is docking your favorite part of Starfield?
Yeah, especially when I'm stealing a ship. You ever done that yet? Where you've docked and taken over a ship, or do you wait
I
for them
have
to
done
land?
it once, and it was a very stealthy entry into the back docking port. I would have said.
Have you done the puddle glitch yet, where it's right outside the store and you can keep stealing all the vendors' store?
I just found out about that yesterday. I'm going to try that later
I built like
tonight.
outposts is the worst, man. I built like 4 outposts, and now they finally will go in between each other. But the new update, we're going to get an FOV slider and the ability to actually, when you look at food, to eat it. Like,
eat it, just eat it.
Yeah, just eat it instead of like going through your inventory. It's more of an inventory
I
simulator.
already stuck the mod in for the FOV thing until I could change it, but yeah, I'll take a slider any day.
Well, the pictures I was going to show before in the video, like stopping and shit, like I would suggest anyone check out Myth Force if you're a fan of the 80s Saturday morning cartoons, because it's literally like first-person Saturday morning cartoons going through dungeons, and they actually have like Hanna-Barbera sounds in it. But what is it? Today 17th?
Today's the 17th.
Yeah, so Tuesday tomorrow, Pinocchio Dark Souls comes out, Lies of P, free on Game Pass, and I'll probably be testing that out. So yeah, you can find me on Rumble. And usually the weekends we're doing Tickle Trunk, Script, Wolverine, and myself. We do Void Crew or Generation Zero. I love it. Game's good, man.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to CultureCasino yet?
Well, no.
Friggin'
Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.
Well, there are 130 some of you here on YouTube. You have some of you over on Rumble and Odyssey and Minds and Getter and all over the place. I just wanted to say thank you. Tonight was an awful lot of fun. We had a smaller panel than normal. A lot of that's because of Brahmable and others. I'm going to play the outro, but I don't know if I'm going to play the Gary clip. I know a lot of people wait for the Gary clip to think the show's over. I don't know. Should I play the Gary clip? You really want the Gary clip? All right, I'll play the Gary clip. I think we all had a great night tonight. What do you guys say?
Yeah,
it was average. Just kidding.
I promise to talk less. The chat seems to. Yeah, I'll just talk less. No, I won't talk less. I don't give a crap.
We soldiered on.
Hey, if they don't know me enough, they don't know me enough.
Does anybody like mountain biking?
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, Oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes my dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back.
What are you still? What are you? Are you still here? Go home. Actually, go check out Deleted Steens with Tom. Should be a lot of fun. Have a great night, everybody. Have an incredible week. See you tomorrow. Apparently, I didn't hit the button. This is embarrassing. Like a professional YouTuber here. What the heck?